What's good, y'all? I'm back today for a brand new video. Now today we got the Lowkey firing the ball. I almost said firing the boss. But no, firing the booth part 2. I did part 1 like 2 days ago. Today I am doing part 2. I can't wait to get in this one. I like the first one, so I gotta get ready to do the second one. So anyways, y'all brand new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. You have any other requests, place down below so I get that to them. Yeah, let's get started into this video. Alright, Lowkey, show me what you got. I'm not sure my sound good. My sound good, yeah. Oh Lord.
I know you're gonna dig
right there, should be good.
You know what time it is when you hear this, right?
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'm not sure my sound good. Alright, there
Fire
we
in
go.
the booth. Much anticipated
There
part
we
2.
go.
Hold
Yep,
tight
there we go.
suspense. Listen, if they don't let us dream, then we won't let them sleep. If they don't let us dream, then we won't let them sleep. Listen.
Nice.
Zeitgeist, Zapatista, Zoro White is Zenith, Zed is Zinc in the zebra, zigzagging zealots, zilch to zombies and Zionists, he's Zen in his zodiac, fire in the booth, it's a rostry in the zone, he's like Yokozuna in Yemen, YouTube and yoga, Yokozuna in Yoville, yodeling in your rover, yelling you're the yardstick of yesteryear, like your boa, they're yearning, I'm yawning, this is like a Yeti versus Yoda, I'm an Xerox, I'm Xavier to the X-Men,
Hold on. What you said in the beginning though? I missed what you said because I messed up the sound. But hold on, I'm gonna restart it a little bit. Alright. I missed what you said in the beginning because I messed up the sound.
Then we won't let them sleep.
Okay.
Listen. It's the Zeitgeist, Zapatista, Zoro White is Zenith, Zed is Zinc in the zebra, zigzagging zealots, zilch to zombies and Zionists, he's Zen in his...
He just saying a whole bunch of Z words. What's his... What you say?
Zed is Zinc in the zebra.
What's his zinc in the zebra? What is it? I've never heard that word before. I'm just curious.
Zilch to zombies and Zionists, he's Zen in his zodiac, fire in the booth, it's a rostry in the zone, he's like yapping like Yokozuna in Yemen, YouTube and yoga, Yokozuna in Yoville, yodeling in your rover, yelling you're the yardstick of yesteryear, like your boa, they're yearning, I'm yawning, this is like a Yeti versus Yoda, I'm an X-ray, you're Xerox, I'm Xavier to the X-Men.
Hold on, is he doing the alphabet but backwards? Hold on, he started with Z, Y, because he said Yoda, Yeti Yoda. Now he go to X-ray to X. He said something about X-Men. He's doing the alphabet backwards.
This is like a
Lord.
I'm an X-ray, your Xerox, I'm Xavier to the X-Men. Xmas, like your Xanax to an extent. I wonder if the world is waiting while weapons wage war. We're weeping, who's winning? We wish them well while wicked wizard webs are weaving. They rip us till we're wheezing. Words of wisdom won't weaken. Witness these witless wallies waffling with their weekend. Their word in is Wikipedia, virtually void of vitals versus visceral vintage but vivid videos going viral. I'm your uncle that understands now. It's us with the upper hand. We were underlings, underrated, unhuman to Uncle Sam. There are those thinking tactics to take the throne, though the truth tends to be told through their thesaurus takes its toll. Slithering snakes stipulate systems to sell your soul. Secretly seek social stratification set in stone. Regiments ravage the region. Right for reparation.
But how do you do something like this? How is this possible? How do you do the alphabet backwards? I can't even say it backwards. How do you do that? What? I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sorry for yelling, but how is this possible? I can't even say it backwards for myself. And this man is rapping it backwards. That's crazy.
Stratification set in stone. Regiments ravage the region. Now it's right for reparations. Rendered refugees can't retract or repair ramifications. Quest across the quarrels on quintessentially qualified critters. Quality of my quotes can't be quite quantified. People pass prematurely. Pay the price for passivity. Pretext of pillage, plunder. Prepared to prolong proximity. People's pathology pulverized by this possibility. People power is potent. It's the peak of positivity.
People power is potent. It's the peak of positivity. That's true.
By this possibility, people power is potent. It's the peak of positivity. Oligarchs ostracize others, offer obituaries. Overrule, I overstand the odyssey. Optimistically, norms of a nascent nation should never negate nature. Nasty as nefarious neocon naysayers for neighbors. This masterful maverick mic man will make you meet your maker. Meanwhile, mercenaries maneuver to meet the majors. Lyrically lack luster, literally lack love, lust, living lavish in luxury. Listeners lap up a kaleidoscope of kindness, knowledge, knuckles, and kerosene to kill the kleptocracy. cool the kettle that they kept us in. Jabbing javelins at jingoism, jealousy justified when cheering at jobless is journalism, information industry, interlinked with infantry and
information industry. I'm low-key just caught up in the flow trying to listen to this. I'm catching a little bit though. What you saying?
Cheering at jobless is journalism, information industry, interlinked with infantry, instrumentalized identity, implanted instantly. Hackers and handcuffs, harvesters of hatred, hand gliding, harbingers of harassment, harbor harmful handwriting, gangsters of globalization, glorify glitz and the glam, give us guidance to the graveyard. They got the gift of the gap. It's flawless how they fabricate the folklore of defeat and funnel funds for freelance fighters and fawn over fights for freedom. Economics, everything.
No, you messed up a little. That's cool though.
Exhausting environments, easy, but the dividends are deadly. Don't dare dream of doing different. Dread our destruction's definitely coming as the catalyst. Clamor for the capital, can't counteract the cycle. The catastrophe could cancel all. Bring borders to bear. Bombarded with the broken, basically bribery beckons business. We are beholden, though accurate answers to all of the above aren't available. I attack the alphabet again and aced it just to aim at you. Say anything is attainable. Attack the alphabet again and aced.
Perfect.
I don't care if you stopped a couple times. I don't care. You did the alphabet backwards. That's probably so hard, especially trying to rap it, make bars out of it. Oh my god!
Attack the alphabet again and they.
Perfect.
Man like Lowkey in the building! Hey, you're a savage, bro!
Much love, bro.
Hey, first time you come in, you killed the alphabet. Assassinated it. And just to take the mickey, you come in and kill it. Wow.
Much love.
Well, man, keep hitting the sound effect.
Thanks for having me, man.
You keep hitting that sound effect, though.
Yeah, man.
You ain't done yet, though, are you?
I ain't done at all. Let's do it. Let's get
it, bro.
Let's do it.
Go backwards now again. Reverse the alphabet.
Yeah. If they don't let us dream, then we won't let them sleep.
Yeah, then we won't let us sleep.
How can I do a fire in the booth when I'm trying just to maintain? And since you don't hear the word fire in the same way, splutters and them gasping.
Oh, he said I gotta do fire in the booth. I was trying to maintain. Because you can't maintain the fire. You can't maintain fire.
Word fire in the same way. Heard screams, splutters, and them gasping for air. That's not bars in a booth. It's so hard to compare. If I use fire as a metaphor, does that disrespect the people that are never more? How does that bomb sound to those that bled in war that we never saw? Remember when they settled scores with metal swords at Skeletor? Chinese made. The Nobel invented dynamite. They say the guilt in his mind compelled him to design the prize. We know what Einstein's mind was like. How many geniuses we never knew that were deprived of life. I can't philosophize on horrifying flames. We don't have to apologize or qualify our pain. Degremphilize our loved ones of the colonizer's name. Should we let the corporate media lobotomize our brains? You are beautiful.
Oh, she said should we let the corporate media? Who said our? What was that word?
His name. Should we
let the
corporate media lobotomize our brains?
Lobotomize our brain. Should we let them do that? I don't know. Hey, might as well. Hey, everybody doing it.
You are beautiful.
Might as well.
No matter how this life disfigures you, you're beautiful. Even if that image you emulate isn't you. I don't know history.
Oh. Hey, that's true. Hey, he's spitting true facts. Hey, he's spitting true facts about like real life right now.
Life disfigures you. That's true. Even if that image you emulate isn't you.
He said you are. You said you are beautiful, even if that image you emulate is not you. Hey. I don't know. I was watching The Witcher the other day, and you know who you're real. No, you're real. Wait, is you real? Or am I tripping? Or was I thinking of a different girl name? I can't remember all these people's names.
I don't know if history is linear.
That remind me of The Witcher.
Making invisibles visible. That's why Plato said banish poets from the Republic, because they know that we can shake the social system and disrupt it. The land of liberty. They tell us leave it or lump it. When Trump comes to the country, we hope he chokes on his crumpet before we sink in the ocean. Consider this as an omen. Nature's blessings aren't ours just because we think that we own them. Never think that you're broken or think that you're no one. Remember, a rope is strong because of strings interwoven with the if You mock the people that you're from, self-orientalize and believe that you belong. Overcompensate and propagate the image of the imbecile, not uninvolved, even though you're further from the killing field. Take solace in the fact there's always cracks in the monolith. Now we're practically lobbing bricks like Asterix and Obelisk. Distracted with gossip is twisted news and interlude to adverts, no hidden clues to listen to is pitiful.
Perfect.
Rosa Luxemburg gave us the simple truth. You won't feel your chains till the day you begin to move. He photographed the corpse and they flung him in the cage. Those that signed off on the cladding are still receiving their wage. Helicopter close, pictures for the front page. Tried to speak, all I really felt deep was numb rage. How could they see this pain at such a young...
He said you won't feel the change until you start beginning to move. Hey, yes.
Tried to speak, all I really felt deep was numb rage. How could they see this pain at such a young age? Leaning out the window screaming for help, but none came. If it bleeds, it leads. The trauma tourists, they gravitate. Shock doctrine in effect, disaster capitalists salivate. Privatization, deregulation and austerity. 0-hour contracts, exploitation and precarity. Adults didn't make it, the children to be fostered. Save pennies on the block, drop 20 million on the opera. We see through your cold plans, your program is done. We don't want a prime minister that holds hands with Trump. We don't want DJs doing shows on military.
He said, hey, Trump had already got impeached, but he said we don't want a prime minister to hold hands with Trump because Trump out here doing all this crazy stuff right now. He out here wilding. Trump, he already know Trump out here wilding.
We don't want a prime minister that holds hands with Trump. We don't want DJs doing shows on military compounds. Can't trivialize fire or hear any more bomb sounds. How can I smile when I know?
Oh, he said we don't want DJs doing any. Wait, I got. How you say?
Fire or hear any more bomb sounds. How can I smile when I know the remains are still not found? And echoing in my mind is exactly how the sobs sound. They say we're criminals for.
Did I miss it?
Fire or hit with Trump. We don't want DJs doing shows on military compounds.
We don't want DJs doing shows on military compounds. What does that mean? Because that could be taken in multiple ways. Like, that can actually be taken in multiple different ways. I'm just curious of what he meant by that one. I'm just curious.
Or hear any more bomb sounds. How can I smile when I know the remains are still not found? And echoing in my mind is exactly how the sobs sound. They say we're criminals for syllables and stanzas.
Echo in my mind,
the killers, tools, the pillagers and bankers who were the engines of history. People like me and you who got massacred for the right to vote at Peterloo. It was Imagineers. And the artists that told by the martyrs, William Cuffy and the chartists, rebel and resist, even through something small. Create windows with words and mirrors where once were walls. Manure used to the beauty of a rose. Why can't we accept our...
He said, how you finna... I'm sorry, Paul, because if I was to try to do this whole song like that, this be like a 40-minute thing.
Rules, manure, even through something small. Create windows with words and mirrors.
Create windows with words and mirrors with walls. Like,
Imagineers and the artists that told by the martyrs, William Cuffy and the chartists, rebel and resist, even through something small. Create windows with words and mirrors with once the rules. Manure contributes to the beauty of a rose. Why can't we accept our pain as something that helps us grow? They wonder why it's so.
People don't do that. People don't do that. I'm sorry to pause right here, but like some people do. A lot of people don't do that. Like once they feel that pain, they sit there, and a lot of people go out, get drunk, a whole bunch of other stuff. You know, people don't do that like nowadays.
Rose, why can't we accept our pain as something that helps us grow? They wonder why songs that make you cry are more moving, cause crying's the only thing that we were born doing. They tell tea is tradition to the English. When I look around this island, not a tea plantation in it. Earl Grey gave 20 million to the slave traders, multipolar world. Now the Indians are space raiders, freedom to or merely alien.
Oh, he said that. Oh, hold on. He going into some history. Hold on. I missed what he said.
Now the Indians are. Earl Grey gave 20 million to the slave traders, multipolar world. Now the Indians are.
He going back into history. He going back into history. You know, a lot of stuff happened back then. I don't know a lot of details about it. I don't know a lot of details about it, but I do know that the Indians used to live, and then we took someone's land. I don't remember.
Space Raiders, freedom to be even.
But I know that I can't remember right now. It's too early in the morning.
To desecrate and invade nature. Albert was an immigrant. Prince Philip is an immigrant. Where the Celts, Normans, and the Anglo-Saxons English. Then the word sugar, cotton, and rice come from Arabic. Now we import democracy to civilize the Saracens. Analyze the planets when this backwater was wilderness. Seems was.
He out here using big words I ain't never heard before in my life. Just saying.
Still obsessed with immortality like Gilgamesh. Pessimism of
Immortality like Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh. I know he ain't talking about the fake Gilgamesh, but I don't know the actual history of Gilgamesh. So the only Gilgamesh I know is from fake. But I don't know the actual history of Gilgamesh like that.
Backwater was wilderness. Seems we're still obsessed with immortality like Gilgamesh. Pessimism of intellect, optimism of will. Wear the skin of their victims is syndrome Buffalo Bill. In times of permanent war, there's always someone to kill. But when life and death are virtual, almost nothing is real. They got my snapshots in a padlock box, but settle with the heavy metal. This is rap, not rock. It's fire in the booth. Man's not hot. I just got gene.
He said man's not hot. He said the man's not hot. Big shock. He said this ain't metal. He said this ain't metal or rock or none of that stuff. You know,
nothing is real. They got snapshots in a padlock box, but settle with the heavy metal. This is rap, not rock. It's fire in the booth, but man's not hot. I just got genius bars like a laptop shop. They wanna know if I got a.
Ooh, I got genius bars like a laptop shop. You know, they some computer geniuses down there. You know, so sometimes depending on where you go, but.
It's not hot, I just got genius bars like a laptop shop. They wanna know if I got a flow or I'm gonna blow back like Geronimo Pratt. Let's rock
Geronimo.
I never sold my soul for a pot of gold. Now feel this scholar's solid knowledge in your collarbone. Subject to propaganda that terrifies the slumbered, but the albums still sell. You can verify the numbers, collectivize or die. Protect your mind or suffer. Life is paradise to some and a paradise to others. While these twittery teens are sinking in screens and thinking in memes. They blinking this machine is pimping their dreams. I think it's as sick as it seems. They don't know what lyrical invincibility means.
Ooh, he said they don't know what lyrical. He said how lyrical events.
Sick as it seems, they don't know what lyrical invincibility means.
Oh yeah.
Barge through for part 2, I can't lose. Labels astroturfing, trying to make it look grassroots. Gone are the days we sold our CDs from the car boot. Sharpshooters shooting harpoons through your chart.
Hey, I remember people like when I used to live in Chicago back in the day. They were selling CDs out of their car. They were selling CDs out of their cars at just random stores. They would walk to random stores with a briefcase full of CDs, bootlegs and everything. Bootlegs, like movies, music, all that type of stuff. Back then they used CDs.
Gone are the days we sold our CDs from the car boot. Sharpshooters shooting harpoons through your chart tunes. Saw pain in the eyes of a retired fireman, knowing he couldn't save a child, survived the frying pan. When we riot, we disquiet the Leviathan. Forget Iron Man, I got an Iron Lion's diaphragm. My salutation to those with imagination, most anticipated, and that's no exaggeration. The flag doesn't exist. Let me back up that statement. What happens to the nation if the Queen has a tax haven? What's commonsensical is sensible to question. What seems to be a lesson is intellectual repression. Say the ting goes as expression of aggression. Remember there's 2 victims on either side of the weapon.
Ooh. He said remember there's 2 victims on each side of the weapon. That is true.
We won't let them sleep. If they don't let us dream, then we won't let them sleep. If they don't let us dream, then we won't let them sleep. Listen, check it. Power to those that read bell hooks, power to those that sell books, power to those that know how the inside of a cell looks. All those feeling helpless, forgotten or discarded.
He said power to the books, power to those who know what the inside of a cell look. I don't want to know what the inside of a cell looks, just saying.
Power to those that know how the inside of a cell looks. All those feeling helpless, forgotten or discarded. Power to the strange fruit they thought was rotten in the garden. Power to those sitting alone, seeking knowledge in the. Power to those feeling stained or your tomorrow isn't tarnished. Power to those that sweep the streets with.
Listen, power to those because tomorrow isn't. Well, tomorrow is not always promised, you know. I don't know what word he used, but I use promise. I use the word promise, you know. Power to those people, you know. He just said power to those people right now.
Discarded power to the strange fruit they thought was rotten in the
garbage.
Power to those sitting alone, seeking knowledge in the power to those feeling stained or your tomorrow isn't tarnished. Power to those that sweep the streets with more knowledge than PhDs. Power to those that keep their keys, return as promised, please believe. Power to those that suffer in silence, those it hurts to hear. Power to those that hold their ground, power to those that persevere. Power to those that love humanity more than they love style. Power to immigrants.
He said power to those who persevere, power to those who sit in silence, power to those who persevere. You know, power to those people, you know. Power to those people.
To those that persevere, power to those that love humanity more than they love style. Power to immigrants, probably raising Donald Trump's child. Power to the who can't imagine what sight is. Those staring at the moon and all those working night shifts. Power to the readers, the writers, the illiterate. Power to those that struggle to decolonize their syllabus. Power to the shy ones always struggle to make friends on the half of humanity worth less than 8 men. Power to those that risk their life to dig the colton from the ground. For the mic I'm spitting on and the phone you're holding now. Power to the stadium they're playing.
He said power to the people who make the mic or the phone that what you watching with. Power to everything on the planet. Basically, he said power to Donald Trump's children. Everyone's raising Donald Trump's children. That's tough. Why you gotta say power to them people?
Ground for the mic I'm spitting on and the phone holding now. Power to those that built the stadium they're playing in. Power to those that mowed the grass and stitched the ball that they're playing with.
Part of those who mowed the grass. He said, hey, power to me because I made my bed.
The stadium they're playing in. Power to those that mowed the grass and stitched the ball that they're playing with. Every rapper that doesn't rap about killing. Power to the builders who build buildings that outlive them.
Power to the rappers who don't talk about killing. Power to the builders that build buildings. I think he said. I don't know why I'm pausing so much.
To the slaves of ancient Greece never had the right to vote. Democracy dead like Gary Webb when they imported like his cold. Power to those that right to prison. Power to those writing home. Power to those writing poems. Power to those that died alone. Power to Curtis Mayfield. Power to Ronald Isley. Power to the fishermen that were forced into piracy. Power to every person that is working in a library. Power to every nurse that we turn to in our times of need. Power to the unions and the miners that
power to them.
Power to those that drive the buses and those that collect the rubbish. Power to the youth desiring the truth. Power for everyone that is dying for a fire in the booth. For those that lost limbs to King Leopold's quota and those risking their lives for the P&O to Dover. Power to union leaders murdered by. Power to victims of this globalized Cosa Nostra. Power to those dying on the shores and the borders. Power to human beings that were rendered fauna and flora. Power to those that after the stage show and carnival goers still haunted by Kelso Cole Crane's ghost. Power to Kevin Carter, his picture taunts us ever after. So many questions never answered. Remember the last words of عبد المحسن السعدون الأمة تنتظر الخدمة الإنجليز لا يوافقون. Power to El Jawahari and his rebellions. They killed his brother Ja'far and he cursed the rotten Thamesians. Enlightened despots pursuing tactics Machiavellian. Chinese still preceded Europe a millennium. Think about it. Printed press half a millennium. Never get close. Power to Ken Loach and every volunteer in Lesbos. Cuban doctors sent to Sri Lanka for the tsunami. Power to those that cleaned up after the Bullingdon parties. Kids love Apple products. They know what an apple is.
They got a job.
Passengers on the USS Indianapolis dying days before they could see what little boys damage did on the precipice of fascism. My passiveness is cancerous. Power to those strong enough to dream. Power to those that chose not to be a cog in the machine. Power to those that love first and hate never. Power to those that sleep on the streets through grey weather. Power to Aziz Ali and Bone Thugs and Harmony. Power to Norman Baker, David Kelly's owner artery. Power to the genocided population of Tasmania. The internet descends to Trump-tastic fantasia. Let them try quote this. You'll never find a better diagnosis than collective psychosis. It's getting quite hopeless, but hope is all we have. Trying to cultivate the positive, not focus on the bad, but the globe's under attack.
Everybody got at the end of the day is hope.
Intellectual, amazing grace in the age of the spectacle. Not the first time they found a race is selectable to raise to the pedestal and desecrate the place that translated the decimal. I don't want to tempt fate. Power to corpse washers like AN Day. Power to language learners, Bernie Sanders fans to flag burners. One man's inertia is another man's purpose. In a utopia of song, we are victorious, but the bittersweet reality's not this glorious. Power to Coltrane watching Malcolm X. Power to Paul Robeson under house arrest. Power to Galileo under house arrest. Power to Ibn Haytham under house arrest. Forgive me if I sound obsessed. Forgive me if I sound depressed. Believe me, that's not how it's meant. They
That's alright.
couldn't come back and kill the alphabet. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo.
I have no idea what you're saying now, but
say el pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
he killed the alphabet part though.
النظام say el pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Say el pueblo unido jamás será vencido. الشعب يريد إسقاط النظام. Thank you very much.
Wow! Man,
Wow.
I thought I'd just been to university for 5 years. I learned more than I learned in the last 10. Jeez. That was savagery, bro.
Thank you very much,
He was hitting that button too.
Very quick education on
Quick
how you body
education.
a fire in
In
the booth.
Fire in the booth. Wait, this is actually on TV? Wait, hey, is that on actual TV or is that on like on the internet type of thing? I'm curious. I'm actually curious about that. To see it live and stuff like that. But anyways, I was tight though. I was tight. I like how you did the alphabet backwards. That part was cold to me. That part we did the alphabet backwards. That part was cold to me. Like that was tight. That was tight. But anyways, that was Lowkey Fire in the Booth. That was part 2. I already did part 1, stuff like that. So yeah. But anyways, y'all brand new channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. You have any other questions, place down below so I get that too. And yeah, I'll see y'all in this video.